screen up, took a forever and a day, but I did it. I got my green screen up, I got my green screen. Since the latest Assassin's Creed installment is coming out this October called Syndicate, I felt it would be nice to make a video as a plea to Ubisoft to consider just a little tiny list, and hopefully they will take into consideration these ideas for the betterment of the Assassin's Creed series for the future. Let's begin. Number 1. And I can't believe this hasn't been implemented yet, considering how easy it would be. A character creation system. Look, this entire series is based off of connecting with a machine to go and access your ancestors' memories. And while they're based off of real events, the characters that are created are fictional. So why aren't we able to determine what those characters look like? What our ancestors were, if they were male, female, if they had long hair, short hair, light skin, dark skin. Or if you have a problem with that, if that's too difficult, because, there's a lot more scenes with those ancestors in them, how about this? The modern day Abstergo is looking for their newest candidate. They don't know what race they are, what gender, what age. They just happen to know that they're in a particular area and they gotta go get them. That's it! Ta-da! Problem solved! There we go! What are you waiting for? Number 2, a wider variety of locations around the world. I think all of us are pretty sick and tired of games that focus themselves on the same locations over and over again. Syndicate is guilty of this. Now we have an Assassin's Creed in England. Look, England is a nice place, but it's boring. So many games pull the same shit. We either go to the United States, or England, or Italy, or Russia. It's the same locations. I've seen people on forums and YouTube comments mention it would be great if the game went to Egypt. How fucking cool would that be? And it would give Ubisoft a very good excuse for adding in my grievance number 3, which is more black people. More people of color. I'm gonna link in the description the video that Ubisoft just released for the in-game footage, the actual gameplay footage. We all know it's not gonna look that good, but that's not the point. I want you to look at the crowds, okay? And see if you notice the same thing I did. Now, a lot of people are not going to have a problem with this, but I, in particular, do. The crowds are nothing but white people. In London. In the 1800s. Look, if you're going to try and give me that historically accurate bullshit, don't even bother, because this series is not about historical accuracy, okay? If it was, we wouldn't be seeing Connor fighting alongside George Washington. So let's not start with things need to be historically accurate. Assassin's Creed takes real events and real people and twists them around for the sake of their mythology. So this is not about historical accuracy. Why aren't there more people of color in those crowds? Do they think that people in London didn't trade with India and any other countries and countries in Africa? Like, come on, please, let's try a little bit harder, okay? Just because it's set in London doesn't mean black people didn't exist yet. Put them in the crowds, put them in the, the main cast, in the supporting roles, in the NPCs. Try harder, Ubisoft, try harder. Number 4, more assassin-like attire. It's one of my grievances that I've had since the very first one. I could kind of understand Altair's attire, in the first game, because it kind of matched what everybody else was wearing, so it wasn't that obvious that he was an assassin. But when we get to Ezio, he just stands out like a fucking sore thumb. You could see him from a mile away. He's supposed to be the stealthiest of the stealthy, but he stands out like he's royalty. It's like, oh yeah, that's the assassin right over there. Oh, how can you tell? Oh, because he's got a huge freaking assassin's emblem on his belt. Give us more options. Even if it's just in-game cutscenes, make it so that we are more incognito. Have us change our hairstyle, or put makeup on, or dress up as a different gender, or put dirt on our faces. Anything. Make us more incognito. We should be blending into the shadows. You got the idea with this newest installment with Syndicate. I noticed that the outfits are very much more. They're much more downplayed. and Jacob in particular, Jacob Fry, he switches between the top hat and the assassin's hood. Yeah, I'm just saying, hopefully you guys have learned your lesson with this next installment and you give us more options for the outfits and it's not just the same flashy, bright colored clown outfits. The next one I want to cover, editions. The game hasn't even come out yet and already 5 different editions have been announced. I mean, I get it. You guys need to make money, you know? Assassin's Creed has become like the fucking Call of Duty for Ubisoft. They gotta kick one out every single fucking year and get that money rolling in. But why? The game hasn't come out yet. Don't you remember what happened to Unity? And the clusterfuck that game was? How about we focus on getting the game out first, having it fully functional, and then you can think of all the myriad of ways that you can gouge our wallets. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Announcing 5 editions before the game is even out. Yeah, you have a pedigree. I understand, you know, you've got 15 titles in this series so far. What is it, 14 or 15? Yeah, okay, you've got a reputation, but so did Bungie, and we all know what happened with Destiny. I'm just saying, reputation doesn't mean everything. Even the best companies can screw things up. So let's stop with these additions and just worry about getting a fully functional, enjoyable game out day one, and then you can worry about all the other additions that you want to offer for all the other content that you had already made 6 months prior, and then charge us for it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The last one I want to cover is specific to Syndicate. That same video that I mentioned earlier, there is a scene where Jacob Fry has just finished rescuing an ally, and this ally is going to help you take down the mob boss. Now, because he can't be taken down in a full frontal fight, you gotta be a little more stealthy. So they shoot like this poison gas dart and make it so that the 2 bad guys will fight each other. So the fight ensues, Jacob Fry jumps in there, and then the ally comes around to help. I say help, sarcastically. If you watch the video, and I don't know if any of you have noticed this as well, like I said, I'll link it in the description for you to watch. Jacob Fry is brawling with the mob boss they have to take down. The ally walks over, pulls out her gun, fires 1 shot into the mob boss's head, stops. While this fight is still going on, by the way, she pulls out her knife, slashes him once, and again, apparently puts it away to pull out her gun again, and then stands there aiming for like 20 seconds while you finish the fight with the dude and he falls to the ground. This is my partner AI? This is the ally that was going to help me fight this guy? You must be joking. You think we don't notice these things? I really, really hope that this is not the way the partner AI works in this game, because if it is, oh boy, that's going to be bad. I have nothing more to say. If I keep going, I'm going to lose my freaking mind and just start babbling. So I'm going to end the video on that. If you've got any other grievances that you have with the Assassin's Creed series, please put them in the comment section below, and if you want to hear more of what I have to say on various topics, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah! See ya. Yeah, I'm a fan.